how to, like, we'll just read the text, how to handle a situation when people use subset of Scrum, not acute Scrum. Basically, this is nothing but the scenario. We have our own version of Scrum, right? There is a big debate going on LinkedIn about a company, big company starting with name starting with A. They have their own scaling framework, and this has been tore apart by many. I find that disrespectful, though, that yeah, at least there is some innovation. But having said that, this is the question: how to handle a situation when teams start not following Scrum and having their own misinterpretations and practices around Scrum. Okay, suboptimal Scrum. So same thing, we'll open a breakout room, but this time only for 4 minutes. Welcome back. How was it? All the teams, did you have some conversations there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Good, good, good. That is the whole point. I hope you are having fun. We cannot have a break because we will have a permanent break to today's session in 20 minutes or less than that. So here was this. What we have done is we have kind of moved it together, how to handle situation when people use subset of Scrum. There is another very similar thing. So our product owner decided to club it. Is it fine to use hybrid or customized methods? And then there is one, as organizations are using their own customizable agile model, how to handle and manage such situations. So we thought that these are similar topics. So I'll stop sharing and invite somebody from team 5. Okay, team 5, Anil, Nishant, Prashant, Raja, SN, Sunita, Vivek. Who would like to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, Prashant. Yeah. Please raise your hand. That will help in facilitation. I saw Prashant.
So,
Prashant, please go ahead.
Yes, Vinit. So as the Scrum guide says that at the end that if we follow the Scrum in its entirety, then only the there is the value will come. Otherwise, if you follow a sub part or if you change it, if you do not follow the entire Scrum framework in its entirety, then you won't get that value. Value will be degraded. So if the problem is the any team which is following a sub part of the Scrum or following the Scrum in a different way, so they should undergo Scrum coaching. If not paid, there are many open online sources are there. They should understand what exactly the Scrum framework is, and they should follow that framework. And Scrum says you can have practices that like complementary practices
on
which
top
best
of
suits you. Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, thanks, Prashant. So just to so here is a summary. What Tushar, what Prashant is saying is, it is very clearly mentioned in our Scrum guide. There is important points, right? It's a rule book. It's not a methodology. So rules need to be followed. So it is possible to not follow a rule, but it is not Scrum anymore. And the result will be not as effective, right? I always tell this to the organization. If you think you are too smart, then develop another framework, call it other than Scrum, and then try applying it. Then we will talk, right? First we use Scrum and then we change it. That is, I don't know. It's not aligned to Scrum value of respect, right? We don't respect Scrum if we try to change Scrum and just say, hi, it's our own version. So summarizing, Prashant is saying that use the teaching hat, right? Educate the people as a Scrum Master. Either you teach them or whatever makes sense for them with some authentic source. Well, why this is Scrum and why it is not Scrum and how it can be less effective for you. Isn't it, Prashant?
Yes.
Yeah. So as of now, Scrum works in its entirety for reasons that, you know, many Scrum Masters should know, all Scrum Masters should know, and wear the teaching hat or education hat to let them be aware. Thank you so much, Prashant from team 5. I would now like to invite somebody from team 4. Kandarp, Santosh, Somnath, Sri Nagesh, Sunanda, Vinod. Do you have anything to add or counterviews?
Yeah, Vinit, can I talk?
Yes, sir. Yes, Sri Nagesh. Yes, please.
So based on our discussion, basically we need to understand if there is a team, why they do not want to follow, what is the root cause, and then what are there any pain areas? Is it because of their competency? Do they don't have knowledge about this, or whether they have found out something better than that? We want to understand the root cause of that before we proceed further. Vinit.
But what would be your intention behind knowing the root cause? You are the Scrum Master.
Absolutely.
What would be your intention to know why the team is not following a rule?
So to understand, because they're not competent enough to understand Scrum Guide, or they have some issues that they don't want to follow these values, principles, and manifesto and all the principles. And then are there any pain areas that they're not able to internalize and come out with the solution? So
is somebody forcing them? Maybe some
Correct.
powerful authority. Yeah, that's a great point, Srinagesh. So maybe take a one step back from what we just discussed. Okay, try to be curious and figure out why it is happening. But Srinagesh, just to clarify, your ultimate objective is still to take them there, right?
Correct.
To the right scrum. There is, are you saying it's okay to follow hybrid model, or are you ultimately still saying that ultimately I'll help them, but first I would like to understand?
Absolutely. Is it any bigger voice than big director, vice president, CEO influencing them not to use Scrum, or and ultimately we want to get into Scrum guides, Scrum values. That is the way. That is the
Yeah,
only thing proven thing, because so
it's a
far
proven
nothing
thing.
has
Yeah,
proven thing.
that's a great point. Amazing, right? This is a lovely session already. So two things here. One, first try to understand the reason. Is it really an intelligent reason or a genuine reason? Intelligent reason also there sometimes, because Scrum is one of the approaches, right? Maybe the nature of work requires us to follow a different approach. Having said that, our goal is still to have them follow the framework appropriately. So this is one. Kushbu, I hope you got the answer. Approach them, try to understand, but use the right stance again. Teach them, coach them. Maybe because of this, you have to coach the leaders first. Just like Srinagesh said, right? Somebody is forcing you. So maybe you have to go and talk to those leaders saying, why this is happening? Why are we doing that? Is it fine to use hybrid customized methods? Well, it's the same answer. Is it fine? Well, this is not illegal. Do whatever you want. But if you hire me as a Scrum Master, I will set this expectation very clearly, right? That, well, we are here to learn Scrum, apply Scrum in a way it will benefit, right? So there is nothing called hybrid model. Okay, on one ground you cannot play two sports parallelly, just like 7:30 IPL game is going on. So let's do one thing. Let's play cricket / football together. Look at it simple, right? Scrum is conceived and ideated as a game. The title of Scrum Guide says rules of the game. Where is the confusion is where I want to know, people. When you play a game professionally, you follow that game rules. If that game is not working for us, we have to go to some other game, isn't it? Raja, what do you think? Right? You choose hockey or football or badminton or cricket. You cannot say, let's do table tennis / lawn tennis together. Or let's say play cricket and hockey together. Well, no, I don't know which game you are playing then. Right? So that is a big concept here. Like, there are frameworks. If you can come up with your own game, fine. Invent some new framework. So you can, by the way, let's say teams. Can we actually apply two concepts together and complement each other? Let's say Scrum with Kanban. Is it possible? What do you all think?
Yes.
It is very much possible. Scrum with DevOps, very much possible.
Yes.
Right? So that is the idea. But don't violate either of these. They are all great approaches. The world has given us these are proven approaches. Try to learn them better. I personally find that lack of understanding is leading to all of that. So this was second one. And one more by Pritesh, which says, as organizations are using their own customized model, how to manage the situation. Pritesh, I think it is exactly the same. Pritesh, are you there? Fine. So let me ask, confirm from Khushbu and Amruta, can we move it to done? Do you have a satisfactory answer?
Yes, please.
Fine. So I'll move
Yes.
it to done. Our product owner will be happy. Yes.
Actually, in our breakout, one lady was trying to say something. Can you ask? Her name is
Which team?
third team, Palak. Can you
Yeah.
ask? Give her
Fine.
opinion.
Okay. Maybe a quick one, Palak. As we said, we'll start with 5 and 4, and our people are, yeah, Palak, please go ahead. Team 3.
So it was the same one that I said that I'll have a strong stance that Scrum is has certain rules. If you want the Scrum Master to benefit your organization, your team, you should abide by its rules.
Exactly. Now that is where again you have to draw the courage value. Like, there is a reason why these exist, right? The people across the world have given suggestions to enhance Scrum. So that is the broader idea here, right? So good point, Palak and team. I think there's the same thing. There is a reason why each rule exists, and only our lack of knowledge is what is leading to this hybrid model concept. There is no hybrid model. Okay. Thank you so much.